presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Pete in Long Island. Hey, Pete, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Good evening, and I want to give you a big thank you. Last night I called for your advice, and you gave me such wonderful and correct information. If you remember, I was short 3 gold stocks,
yes.
NEM, AU, and AEM.
Right.
And based on your opinion, you've been right on the mark with this. Boy, it was wonderful, Tom. I got to be honest with you. It's unbelievable what you're doing for your radio listeners.
Well, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our Believe cards. This is from Duke Ellington. A believer is an optimist who thinks of tomorrow. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 2, NASDAQ up 1, S&Ps were flat. Gold contract up $6.80, traded at $1,260 an ounce. Silver up 13 cents at $19.20 an ounce. Platinum up 27 bucks at $1,480 an ounce. Oil up 18 cents at 104.59 a barrel. Bonds, you had the 10-year down 7 ticks at 123.30. 30-year off 15 at 134.25. King dollar up 143 ticks, trading out at 80.82. You got the euro down 48 at 135, and the yen down 19 at 102.34. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You have a cash S&P. You're laying out there flat. We're at the 1951 area, and if we go over to the SPY and take a look at this baby, this is what you have happening. So the SPY, folks, is at 195.60. The ABC structure, A to B equals C to D, is approximately 197. What you had out here, this is on the daily, not the weekly. Last Thursday, you had basically get over that daily swing point, took it out with volume. It gives you a 197 projection. What you did out here today, you actually backed down with 52 million shares into the 194 area, closed at 195.60. That looks like it wants to get up into that area. Finishing the ABC structure. Dow Industrials, same setup in the Dow. What you have with the Dow, you got down to 16,897. Had lighter volume. That Dow is going to finish off its structure. NASDAQ Composite. We go over to the Composite. We take a look at the Composite. Same type of setup in the Composite. Now, this is where it's going to get really interesting between the Composite and the small caps. The small caps basically finished off their ABC structure on the way up. Excuse me. Composite was up 1.7. We're at 4,337. You got over the 4... Well, no, you're going into the 4,344 swing point. That swing point was from the 21st of March on the way down. I suspect that's going to basically get hit. The NDX100, the 3Qs, what we have with the 3Qs, they continue up on air. What you do have, however, though, when you take a look at this, you get an A point out here that is trading at 86.58. We're at 92.91 now. What's intriguing here, the ABC structure here is up there about, well, hey, it's about 95, which is quite a way up. There's no two ways about that. So we only went up 16 ticks today. Now, Russell 2000. Let's go over to the Russell 2000. Russell has been the weakest indice. Basically stayed like a dead dog all the way until June 3rd. Then had that sign of strength. Took out the B point, took it out with volume. Yesterday, you got up to the IWM we're talking now. We got up to 117.48. 117.51 was the A to B equals C to D area. So you have a ABC structure, small one that's finished off on the daily. What you're also doing is this. You had 44 million shares going into that downdraft out there of 86 million. The swing point is 118.12. But the way that this looks to me is that we actually finished off that ABC structure yesterday. What you had out here today, the small caps continued to be the weakest indice inside the three indices when we're talking the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P were four indices, and the Russell 2000. Gold contract. Let's go take a look at gold. What we have with gold is this. Gold contract traded to a low today of $12.50, closed out at $12.60, got some little traction with volume. Gold contract, folks, is going to try to make it back inside this 1278 area. Now, the downdraft that was created out here on the 27th is a pretty heavy downdraft. But bottom line, it is building cause to get back inside there. On the downside, what gold has done is this. If we take a look at this on a continuous contract, what you're going to see, and this is what we have divergence right now in the gold market in a very large way. And this is what it is. On the downside, we got into the highs of the last swing low. Last swing low out here was 1181. The high was 1239.40. We got down to 1240.50. Rejected that area last week, had lighter volume. Now the key is going to be wide price spread, accelerated volume, going topside. If you want to take a look at the GLD and see these correlations, and if you're not in the futures market or have futures volume, if we take a look at the GLD, what you have is this. We put this on a weekly basis. What you're going to see is that the low that was generated in, we got two different lows here. So we got to 119.42 last week. That 119.42 was going into the December high of the low of this year. That's 120.77. Now, we rejected that, and we did it on lighter volume. We did 23 million shares versus 63. That's what you like to see when that happens. That's the first part. Second part, of course, is that you're going to need a wide price spread, accelerated volume as you do go higher. We go take a look at the silver contract, SIN4. What we have with silver is this little different setup. What silver has done, though, is that it rejected lower price, got back inside the range, meaning that the trading range of 1891. Right now we're at 1920. Had a little juice in it today, but it looks like to me that silver will be easier to get up to the 20.00 area if, in fact, if we get volume there, then we're going to have some decent action in that silver market. Bonds. We go to the 10-year bond first. What we have with the 10-year bond, she pulls back today, and you talk about anemic volume. It's anemic, all right. 966,000 contracts, folks. If we, on a pullback like this, just to give you an idea, we were going up on 2 million contracts. Bottom line, bonds, well, the 10-year right now is at 123.31. The 123.24 has been next swing low that, yes, it can test. If we go look at the TLT, the 20-plus bond fund, what you'll go see is this. You're down 41 cents today. You traded 5.9 million shares. That 5.9 got under the low of last week, the 5th, which had 6.9. You're going into some big numbers out here. So at 111, you're dealing with 7.7 million. That's on the daily. We run this on the weekly, and what you're going to see on the weekly is that last week we came down with some juice, 47 million. The 47 million, however, was going into 44. We'll see what kind of juice it can get going this week. We take a look at the 30-year bond. What we have with the 30-year bond is this. 30-year bond sheet comes down on 246,000 contracts. That's light volume on the way down. She was going into 439,000 contracts. That bottom line is saying that, yes, number one, we're at 134.27. We can get into the 134.12 area. What I expect you're going to see there, you expect a rejection of lower price on lighter volume. Now, the dollar and the euro, this is going to be a trip watching this whole thing shake out. When we had the European Central Bank come out last week on Thursday. It was high volatility in the marketplace, in the currency marketplace. And what we had is this. The dollar went to a swing high with volume and gave it up in price. The euro went to a swing low on volume and gave it up in price. Specifically what I mean, dollar intraday went to 81.06 and then ended up closing at 80.43, 80.34. You're making your way back up there, which you do on a continual basis, because when you break a swing high with volume, give it up in price, it goes right back up to that level. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. We're going to be bisecting and dissecting this currency market. 877-927-6648. Coming right back, folks.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different future contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a free 2-week trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Tom takes your phone calls. Now, Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We had Boeing off 71 cents. You had ExxonMobil down 6. Oxy was off 21. Big Blue, she was getting hit. She's down $1.93. She had some juice on the way down, too. Let's go to Larry in Dallas. Hey, Larry, what's going on?
Oh, I'm doing great, Tom. How are you doing?
Great, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ulta, ULTA.
Okay, let's take a look.
Would you take a look at it?
You get ULTA. This is Ultra Salon Cosmetics and Fragrance. The low is 80. The high is 132. This closed at $85 right now. It's trading up about $4.5. It's trading up $5 at 90.40. They just come out with numbers, and this is how it goes. Same store sales was up 5 to 7%. Their earnings per share was. They plan on the second quarter earnings per share 78 cents to 83 cents. Their net sales in the first quarter was $713 million, so they beat the number. You're up $5. Now, do you own this? You looking to buy it? Looking to sell it? What are we doing?
I'm looking to buy it. I've owned it in the past, and I'm looking for an entry point. Where do you think that would be?
Yeah, I'd be really careful here, and this is why. So watch this. Now, right now, you're at $90, okay? You know, numbers, fundamental numbers are decent on the way out. $90 right now is only a dead cat bounce compared to where this thing has just come from, okay? You know, we just
That's correct.
Come straight down from this 120, 132. And what you have here, which is, and that's why I'm saying be so careful, is this. On a monthly basis, this is what we had. You know, stock had beautiful juice all the way up to this $98 level, right? Had it all. Then, when I say had it all, you know, you're banging monthly volume out of like 28 million, 25 million, all in that, okay? Then what ends up happening is this, is that it takes out the swing point, does it with 20 million versus 28, and then makes a high with 7.8 million, okay? Now, you make a high with 7.8 million, and then what happens is this. You came off that high, Larry, with volume. You came off the high with 45 million. 45 million is the most it's ever done in a month.
That's correct, yeah.
And what happens when you do something like that, okay, is that the correction is much larger than normal. So the first place that this will test, should test, is 72.51, and that was the low that was generated the month of March. You know, so you get a bounce in the stock now, yeah, but I'd sit there and wait. One of the problems that you're going to have in this equity, and by the way, I always liked how this equity traded up, and then the last month was a real bummer, because when you contract with volume that dramatically, it turns into a big problem, okay? And that's what happened with this equity. And going into that downdraft for a long time is going to be a huge problem. And the beginning of that downdraft is 88.61. You know, so I suspect that, yeah, you're going to get a pop tonight, but, you know, you have to let it test this low first.
One more quick question.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think now that Apple is split, that you'll see more volatility, more action in Apple with funds picking it up since it's now under 100?
Well, it's not that the funds, that never stops the funds from picking it up. They specifically brought that a 7-to-1 split so the retail client would pick that up. That's
okay.
That's what that was all about. I mean, that's smaller price is what's all about. I can tell you from looking at the insiders selling this thing, I wouldn't be touching Apple right now. You know, Fidelity. Well, so these 13F filings, folks, okay, the last ones that come out, when Fidelity goes in and out of equities, they go in, it takes them a long time to get in, a long time to get out. Fidelity is not a huge seller, but Fidelity, you know, they, as the last filing, they owned 175 million shares. They sold 23 million. State Street, that's probably an ETF, though. Okay, so State Street just filed, they sold 18 million yesterday. But I believe that what may be happening with State Street, what happens with some of the ETF, they may be a sponsor of one of the ETFs, okay, which I have to do more research, but you can't pay as much attention to that one as Fidelity. When I put this up, so that's the negative. What is in the positive is that you do have American Capital Group, which is American funds out in California. They bought 45 million shares. They doubled their position as of March. And Norges Bank, which is, I believe, the big bank in Sweden or the Netherlands, bought 46 million. Now, that's a new position for them. That was at the end of December.
Wow.
Right now, what you have to wait for, I mean, if you're thinking of selling this thing, is you got to wait for the S&P to crack, man. And
Okay,
man.
Thanks a lot, Tom. I appreciate it.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go to Steve in Northern Virginia. Hey, Steve, what's going on?
Hey, Tom.
How you doing, man?
Hey, pretty good, thanks.
Good.
What a question on the Qs. You say it's doing a ABC up, and I guess the swing high is on May 30th with a volume of 29 million, and the high is 91.45. But when I look at the chart, it looks like on June 4th, that's the day that it actually took that swing high out, and that's on less volume.
Yeah, but see what happened on the 5th? The 5th,
Okay.
you're at 91.29, okay? You know, you did 35 million, you know, and you got to, it's a daily one, but you got to take that into consideration because it you know, when you're that close, man, it busted it with volume. And the other indices did bust their highs with volume on a daily basis. And that would be just deviant enough. You know, the weekly basis, no. So if we stay with it, that's strictly an ABC structure on the way up on a daily basis. That's what it is. So doesn't mean it has to get there, but what it does mean is that the probability is pretty high that it will get to that price point. Even though the weekly has not taken the week out with volume, the monthly is not even close. And if you want to see those correlations, folks, okay, they're pretty intense. The weekly was 154 million shares versus 130 million shares versus 123. You know, the monthly, forget. I mean, so it's up on air, but you got to let this thing finish off. And if you're in a short position right now, you better put a stop in, man, because the Qs itself, the Qs themselves, which is really a trip. See, your A point can be as low as 86.58.
Okay.
That's going to be $5, which gets you. That still gets you 95. It still gets you $96, which is a long way from here, man. Do you know what I mean?
So it's just my own education. So it wouldn't necessarily have to be the day that it actually breaks the swing high. It could be a subsequent day as far as...
Well, when it's this close. So let's go. That's a great question. So what the question is, folks, is that the swing high, specifically on the 30th, is 91.45, and on the... Okay, so that's what we're dealing with. The 30th is 91.45, the 31st is 91.44. Yeah, and see what happened, though. Okay, you see what happened, though, when we went into it, we didn't do it on the 4th. We got the 91.67 at 20 million. But you see what happened on the 5th? You actually went under the swing point and closed over it with volume. So you got back under the 91.45. You got to 91.29. You come under it, closed over it, have volume. That's an ABC structure.
Okay.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technimental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technimental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technimental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finished up 2, NASDAQ up 1, S&Ps out here were flat. We do take a look at the gold market. Let's go over to the gold market, because what we have, we're going to talk the dollar and gold, because what we have here, folks, is divergence once again inside that metal market. Now, we take a look at the dollar. What you have with the dollar is this. We have that high volume high last Thursday, 81.06. Had the juice up there, and when we talk about the juice up there, what you had specifically is that we did contracts of 53,000 contracts intraday, full day, closed under the swing point, but went over the swing point, had volume. what do? Following day, you get to a low of 80.26, rejected that low, starts climbing back topside again. Now, that dollar looks to me, that break was a decisive break topside. The dollar looks that we are going to start running up into 81.65. 81.65 is a swing high from the January 21st area. We go look at the euro. If you want to see the exact correlation, opposite correlation, what we did with the euro is that the euro, and we can learn here is the deviance basically in the marketplace, but you'll also learn how important swing points are and volume at swing points. Swing points, folks, are where the market talks, walks, and squawks. So the euro, what did the euro do? Euro goes down to $1.35, then rejects lower price, closes at 136.60, which is huge. Following day goes slightly higher, 136.77, and then gives it up. Right now we're at 135.46. The low of last Thursday was 135.03, which, you know, is only another 42 ticks down. We were down 47 ticks today. So we're going to not only run into that, but what we're going to do in the euro is that we're going to go into the 134.77. We break that. If, in fact, we break that, I suspect we are, but first, if we do, because that's going to be 100% move or move, what you're going to see is a very large move downtown. Well, 129 would be the move. Because you take the whole structure, last 6 months, you get underneath it, that's how that price calculation works. Now, in that context, let's go over to the gold market. Because what we have with the physical gold and silver is that they rejected lower price last week, did it with lighter volume, and looked to me like they want to go higher. So the key is going to be, okay, are we going to have gold and the dollar go higher? That's what it looks like at this particular point. The equities, however, there's huge divergence in the equities. The December lows of last year, folks, look like there's 5 or 6 large gold equities that want to go test them. The mid-sized to smaller equities actually look a lot better. So it's going to be intriguing to watch how this whole thing shakes out. What I do expect you're going to have is that you're going to have a very fast market inside the currencies, inside the metals. If we go take a look at, I was trying to, well, actually, ZAR. Let's go take a look at the Rand, because I want to show you something here. So the Rand dollar is at 10.70. Rand, you know, and at that particular price, the South Africans should be really making a fortune. If we take a look at AU, which is Anglo-Ashanti, that's at 15.93, and like this thing is like, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's like, man, you know, the last high out here was $15.53, and it looks like, guess what? This is going to go after. It's not necessarily the full December lows, but right now it had done one ABC down. Looks like it's going to set up another ABC down. We take that correlation. We look at Gold Corp. Now, what Gold Corp did out here today, it tried to get back inside its range. You know, it's a good start. It's particularly a good start compared to what it was doing the first 4 hours of the marketplace. Let's go over and take a look at Rheingold, because, yeah, see, this is okay. So even inside the gold equity market, Gold Corp was trading totally different until about 3 or 4 this afternoon versus Rheingold Resources. Both of those this morning look like they're going to go south. Rheingold still looks like it wants to go south. The GFI, Goldfields, this looks like it's an ABC structure on the way down. You know, let's go take a look at SLW for one of the tigers in the den. SLW, folks, is Silver Wheat, which is the largest broker of silver, and this is decent. So what you have is this rejected the December lows. Let me see if it had lighter volume. It does reject it. Most of the ones that have already hit the December lows rejected them on lighter volume. So yeah, we did. So check this out. So we got to a price point of 2003. We did 16 million shares. That was going into the low of last June. This is even cooler, actually. of $20, the high of the low, and it was 45 million. So the correlation is 16 million versus 45, which is dynamite. The December lows it was going into had 30 million, so that is even better. So watch this. We got down to 2003. You had 16.5 million. It tested two different areas. It tested the high of the low, 1923. I might have hit the low. No, it got to 2003. It hit the high of the low of December, closed over it, much lighter volume, hit the high of the low in June, closed over it. That's a good scene. Now the deal is going to be what type of strength you can get and what type of wide price spread we can get. GDXJ, if we take a look at this, is the juniors. 1 second, there we go. GDXJ. Okay, so this is the Market Vectors Junior Gold Buying Index, and she had strength today. So this is nice. Yeah, see what you do have. This is real nice, actually. So the GDXJ had 6.7 million shares today, and she's got not only back inside her range. This GDXJ, we're at 36.38. She wants to run to $39. If she gets another day of strength like this, that is going to take these juniors higher. Number one. Let me see what type of juniors we have inside here. So inside here. Okay, so this is juniors that are spread all across the world, actually. This first one, Primco Mining Company. Then you got Ocean Gold. These are all 4.5%. It's Torex Gold, 4.4. China Gold, 4.3. Argonaut, 3.1. The Silver Standard, 3. Bottom line is, though, you get some strength in the juniors, and it's not all the juniors. So how does this divergence shake out? Well, we're going to see how the divergence shakes out inside the metals versus the dollar. But what I do expect you're going to have, if your equities didn't already test the December lows, the ones that haven't tested those lows look to me like they are going to test at least the highs of the lows. And a few of them are down quite a way. You know, what I'm surprised about, one of the most ones I'm surprised about is like, you know, is Rango Resources. It's like, are you really going to try to, you know, we're at 74. You're really going to try to test even 68 when the other ones look like they want to go higher. You know. We'll watch how it shakes out, but that's how it's set up. Let's go back and take a look at the Dow Industrials, IBM. IBM has been having a hard time basically on price, even with IBM buying back hundreds of thousands of shares. What we had again out here today for a dead market, IBM was down $1.93. You had 4.1 million shares traded, huge expansion in volume as it's trying to trade into its swing low. The swing low, last swing low out here was the 29th of May, 182.33. Excuse me. We had volume out here of 2.7 million. We did 4.1 million. You can expect that baby not only going to get tested, more than likely I suspect what you're going to have there is an ABC structure in the way down. A point on that is 193. The B point is 182. That gives you $10. C point is 187, which you can look there is a 177 area. 174 is the low that was structured February 5th. CMG for one of our tigers. Good old Mitch, that's Chipotle. Chipotle was down 374 today. He's looking to maybe sell this, I think. Okay, so what you have with Chipotle is this, is that I would let Chipotle folks, Mitch, trying to get into that 588.69. That is one of those deals where it had the swing point, had volume, couldn't hold price. That would be the sell. 877-927-6648. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mob OBI in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. We had Facebook up 289. We'll go back to that. That's a small ABC structure on the way up. eBay lost $1.33. We're at 48.28. We had Tyson Foods down $1.43 at 36.07. And Tyson, you talk about paying up, man. That auction that they had, folks. If you take a look at the news stories on it, it's pretty amazing. That they think they paid over $500 million more than they. Well, they didn't know that at the time, but the bottom line, that's what it come down to. So big dollars. And needless to say, that means that food prices will continue to get higher. We take a look at Facebook. What you had with Facebook, and that news was blasted all over the place today. Facebook got the guy from eBay that actually ran the PayPal division. Facebook hired eBay's PayPal president, David Marcus, to lead his mobile messaging business as a social network seeks to gain advantage in the fast-growing and competitive business. Well, you know what's wild is that the news basically on a continual basis would say that he's going to monetize. The guy's very good at monetizing businesses. When I look at that, I'm saying to myself, forget the monetization. He's going to monetize it. Is Facebook going to be another PayPal? Because when I really look at it, I'm like, hold it. You know, compared to with eBay having a PayPal, Facebook, you know, the amount of time that is spent on Facebook by hundreds of millions of people, maybe hundreds of millions of people or millions of people, that would be pretty easy to do. And what they have at Facebook, no doubt, is that younger demographic. Get them when they're young and you have them forever. So what do we have with Facebook? Facebook was up 289 today, 69 million shares. And this is probably one of the main reasons, too, that you have the NDX 100 trying to get higher. And the ABC structure is a little bit higher. The B point on this was 64.30. We had 43 million shares. You took that out, took 69 million out today. So you really could look at the A point of 54. Your B is 64. It's $10. Your C is 62, which gives you 72, which saying, hey, Facebook is going to go after the high that was generated out there. Well, last high was 72.59. Now the way that's on the daily. Now this market right now on the daily basis is doing the ABC structure on that up. On the weekly and monthly basis, they're not even close, because on the weekly, what you're going to see is this. Last week we did 194 million. You'd have to do more than 431 million this week. And even with, let's see, 75, even with the high volume today, it's not even close to that, because that's how Facebook came down. But what you very well will get is this. You're going to get a test of the 67.36 area. That's where, Facebook had made a high the week of March 14th, did it on 271 million shares, and then went downtown with 431 million. So the way that's set up right now is that that's saying that Facebook is going to, number one, test that area, and we'll see if, in fact, it's a successful test, and does the volume expand that dramatically. Right now, the way it's set up is that you're going to be at 350 million if, in fact, we did. No, in fact, it's not, because it's Tuesday out here today. One second. Let me look at this again. Put this up, because that would mean that yesterday, right now, we did 106 million. Yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, well, right now, we're at an average of 50 million a day. That's what that comes down to. The way that it would have to be doing 85 million a day as it's going into that. Let's see. One of the Tigresses want to look at ACN. ACN is Accenture. This is a management technology consulting service. The low is 69, the high is 85. We're trading at 83.64. And at 83.64, okay, so let's get into the gap. When this is gap down, it gapped down from 84.12, high volume low of 76. You're at 83.64. Let me put this on a weekly for a second. Well, this is a short position. Hope you're not long. Oh, that's good. Looking for a shot. Yeah, Angie is looking for a shot, and she's going to find one. 84.12. We got to 84.56. Yeah. Okay, so check this out. It already tested it this week. This is what it did. Yesterday, you got to 84.56. The high of the downdraft is 84.12. We did 31 million shares. The week right now, you're at 3.9 million. Yeah, so that is a short position. Now, the price projection, however, doesn't have to be down to the low that was generated out here the week of the March 24th, and this is why. As you get into, you see, when we had an updraft, in December. When we get it to 80.98, that's going to be some support in the way back down, you know. But that's it's still what, $2.50 in the way down. And how you get into that level will tell you, bottom line, can you get back into this 76 area? Now that was on the weekly. If I put this on the monthly, it's beautiful. If I put this on the monthly, stock wants to go to $63.63. So on the monthly, you get some much larger down action out here. We're going to take a look at the ExxonMobil. We get inside the energy sector for a second. What we have inside the energy sector is this. Exxon's at 101.46, and she is back inside the lower range from December. You know, she stuck her head outside of that range for about 3 weeks, pulled back inside it. We go to Chevron. We take a look at Chevron. Chevron is at 123 and 125 rather. Oh, this is a trip. Okay, she's only inside this. Okay, the range on Chevron is 125.65. You're at 125.34, but Chevron wants to go up there and test the 127.27 again. So that's a little divergence inside of there. J.P. Morgan, you go over to the financial companies. We take a look at the financial companies. And what is amazing, the financial companies still haven't been able to move. J.P. Morgan hasn't been able to move. We did 11 million shares out here. She is at 57.90. That is coming into the downdraft of 29 million shares. That's saying quite a bit. It's particularly saying quite a bit, folks, because every day what we are having right now is mergers that are extraordinary, that fees that are going to be absolutely extraordinary that's coming into those investment banks. Not quite sure what's wrong with the J.P. Morgan of the world. But bottom line is that it's screaming that it wants lower price. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 2, NASDAQ up 1, S&Ps were flat. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is the following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Rich in Taunton, Mass. Hey, Rich, what's going on?
I just want to let you know that I listen to a bunch of radio shows and financial related, and TFNN has the best stuff, most interesting, even if you don't understand everything about it. It's really good stuff.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I love the part about not understanding it. No, I know it's a different language. I mean, well, the way I speak is a different language anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, man, I appreciate you listening out there. All you folks, thank you so much, man.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our Believe cards. This is by Kobe Yamada. Believe in the magic of tomorrow, and your spirits will be lifted on the wings of hope. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 2, NASDAQ up 1, S&Ps were flat. Gold contract up $6.50, trading at $1,260 an ounce. Silver up 11 cents at $19.18 an ounce. Platinum up $28 at $1,481 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 15 cents at 104.26 a barrel. Bonds, you had the 10-year off 7 ticks at 123.30. 30-year down 15 ticks at 134.25. Now, both bonds, 10 and 30, back with lighter volume. What you've gone up with volume, back with lighter. You've gone up on price and volume, back down with lower volume. Bottom line, bonds still want higher price. King dollar up 164 ticks. That's after being up 225 ticks yesterday. We're at 80.84. She is going after the high that was generated when the European Central Bank came down on rates, and deviance in the marketplace sent the dollar higher first, didn't hold price, sent the euro lower, didn't hold price. Dollar went lower, euro went higher, which absolutely makes no sense, folks, because as you bring rates down, guess what? Your currency is going to get down. Bottom line, dollar had taken out a swing point with volume. You're working your way right back up there. The dollar index is at 80.84. She's making her way up to 81.80. Euro is at 135. Larger basis on the euro. She's making her way down to 129. First stop, however, is about the 134.50 area. That is the swing low out there. Once you break that, the euro is going to be basically coming down 4 or 5 points pretty quickly. Yen is down 19 at 102.34. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You have a flat S&P. If you do go over and look at the SPY, what you'll see is this. She's in the process of finishing the A to B equals C to D off. We're at 195.70. It's about the 197.50 area to finish that baby off. That's when last Thursday when they're taking out, a daily swing point with volume. Not the weekly, not the monthly. There's no doubt that the higher price out here on the monthly is just absolutely anemic, but guess what? You got into higher price. That's the SPY. We go over to the NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the composite. What you have with the composite is this. She's at 43.37. Your swing point that she's going after right now is 43.44. The high of the composite is 43.71. We'll see whether she can get up to that point. When we do the correlation in between where she is today versus what she's going into, it's pretty dramatic, actually. It's amazing, actually. We did 1.7, and she is going into, we take a look at this, she's going into the 21st. So the 21st... Oh, man, check this out. This is intense. So she did $1.7 billion today. She's going into $3.2 billion. Man, that's intense. So what we probably, we definitely had there, and this is where it's important. It doesn't matter. That was a rebalancing at $3.2 billion. If we take a look at the 3 Qs, you see the correlation inside these 3 Qs. What you have is this. We're at 92, 91. This is... the A to B equals C to D actually is much higher. So this can get up to 97, which is pretty amazing. Inside the Index 100 today, what you had putting juice into it, you had Facebook, that's a small ABC structure on the way up, was up 288. Baidu.com was up 455. Let's go take a look at Baidu and see what Baidu's saying. No, that's just a counter trend bounce on Baidu. Micron, let's see, a Monster Beverage was up $1.52 in Aluminum was up $4.54. And these are retracements. Well, ILMN. Yeah, she can make it up she can make it up to this high, which is the 183 area. That is the way that baby is set up right now. Let's go to Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much, and thank you for taking my call. Long time we haven't talked.
Yeah, how you been?
I've been fine.
Good.
And you?
Good, thank you.
You're looking good on TV.
Thanks, man.
PBR, there was a lot of volume about a month ago, and, you know, if we're volume believers, it looks like it wants to start, you know, heading back up.
Let's take a look. This is Petrobras, folks. This is one of the largest oil companies in the world, but not just oil. You're talking distribution pipelines, marine river terminals, all of the above. What you do have is that they're doing business in Brazil. They own Brazil, basically. And Brazil's having trouble with their currency, too, so it's going to get interesting. But let's take a look at it. So this has had, let's put it on a monthly, because this is just amazing that it actually went down from $53, laid out at $10. Yeah, I like what this is looking at. I see what you're looking at. Okay, so when we put this on a monthly, this is what you have. Let me bring this back further, actually. So that was 5 years. Bring it back to 10 years. Oh, man, look at this. Okay. Okay, so when we go back to 2008, you got 2008 to $77. You come down, hit the low of 1470 with 550 million. Yep, it's always good. This is how you want to test the bottom, folks. So you hit the low and tested that low with 370 million. You come out of that with 550 and 590. That's what you want to see. And we're at $15. So $15. Oh man, what a trip. You're still not back inside the range just yet. You're back inside the range, but what I'd like to see is back inside this 1570 area. And where I'm going with this, Bill, you see how it come off the low last time? Well, 2008, you had 1472. And this is off the low. It's off the low, and it needs some cause. Let me pull this back. Okay, so now let's put it on a weekly. Okay, so on a weekly, what I would do is this. I'd be buying this, scaling into this somewhere from 1340 to 1322. And where I'm going is this. I'm going for the low of April 11th, the week of April 11th, and the highs of the March 28th. And this is why. You're coming into... When you came down the first time off that last high out there in November, you hit the high with 82 million, and then it's like you did come down at 133. It's like, okay, that's going to take a little longer to get through.
Yeah, that's why what I was doing was I am scaling in. And what I'm doing is there's it's ridiculously high premium that the calls are demanding.
Okay.
So I'm just selling monthly calls, actually weeklies, and just hanging right in there. And if it starts to get away from me, then I'll just, jump in, full hog on the darn thing. But right now, that scaling in and selling covered calls seems to be a pretty good idea.
Nice. Yeah. And what you have, so on a fundamental basis, folks, what happened is this, is that, the rest of the U.S. oil companies, number one, they got hit in the downdraft, but they're certainly not at lows like this is. And what this is about is that they supposedly had one of the biggest finds of oil, and
right off the coast.
And it didn't come out that way. I mean, that's what this thing came down to. It's certainly, though, a company that's not going away, man. This company here, let me see this thing. I remember this. Yeah, it's 81 billion a quarter they take in. Here, we'll go over the next one as soon as we come back, Bill. You stay right there, all right? 877-927-6648. You stay right there, folks. You come right back.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to his subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We had Honeywell off 47. IBM was down 193. You had Merck up 55. JP Morgan was up 48. Right now we're talking with Bill from Boca, and we're going to be talking about CSLT. So CSLT is Castlight Health. They provide software tools for making healthcare decisions. Low's $10, the high's $41. This is a new IPO. So this went 12.7 million shares are offered at $16 on March 13th. So are you looking to buy this one? Do you already have it? What are we doing?
Buying it.
Yeah.
And what's irritating is the darn thing just keeps going up day after day.
Well, you're at 1686, and it looks like it's building cause to get into this 1945, and it's not going to need much volume to do it to be an ABC up. So what you have is this. So watch this, folks. Okay, this is pretty intriguing actually, because right from its IPO it went down. But now what you have, because of that, you have a high volume high, at 41. It's like, okay, and I've seen these before. They get hit, so it's like, doesn't mean it has to get hit right now. But when they do reverse, which this reversed at $10, the low of the high wants to get hit, which is 37, and your confirmation would come as you trade into this 1945 area. So it's 2.7 million on the daily. On the weekly, you're dealing with 6 million. Did 1.3. Yeah, this is interesting. One of our tigers are telling me there's a 58% short interest. Whoa! Now it's 64. Wow. Now check this out. Now it's a 64% short interest. This updates every day for me. That's pretty sick. So this is intense, man. So, well, listen. You get a 64% short interest, man. This is not going down right now, because all that has to happen is that any stock operator knows that many shares have to be bought back. They're going to try to push this thing, man.
Are they past the blackout period? Has that expired?
I don't know. Let's just see.
That's what I was thinking, that it looked like maybe it's beyond that, or it's coming up.
Oh, here it is here. Okay, so here it is here. That's the IPO lockup expiration is September 9th of 2014. So, okay. But you know what? It's got a ways to go. It's got a ways to go, man. It's got a ways to go. That's way too long to have that type of short position inside it. I wonder what's so... that's pretty intense, man, that someone's going after that like that. There's 287,000 employees. They're claiming that they take in revenue of... No, it's short revenue right now. 8 to 10 million. And they get a market cap of... Holy cow, no wonder people shot it. Yeah. That's pretty intense, man. They get a market cap of 1.5 billion, and they only take in 8 to 10 million. They take in 40 million gross. Yeah, no, that's what's going on here, man. It doesn't mean... Let me just see something. And they got options, man. You're going to make money in the option market, Bill. Just figure it out.
And I will tell you, the interesting thing against the shorts is that the option premiums are ridiculously high. I mean,
yeah.
You can, if it panned out and you didn't get hit, on the downside, you can make yourself like 60% annualized on the darn thing.
Yeah.
Just selling covered calls.
Well, this one is going to be really dangerous, though. Well, yeah. Hey, listen. At a short interest of what this has, meaning 64. Right now, it's 64.97 according to Bloomberg, which is 8 million shares short out of 12.8 million. It doesn't take much to push that higher. Yeah, watch this. This is interesting. Now, see, I want to show you something on this, folks. This is how, if you're an operator, right? This is pretty cool with this. If you're an operator in a stock, the closing price, of course, is always important, right? But what also happens is that you're always watching your margin, particularly on a stock like this. The last trade on this was 80,000 shares. And that was the largest trade of the day, okay, at 1686. And what that's all about is this. That's all about their and this goes automatically. You're looking at your account. You're seeing what it is. Say, oh, I'm going to nail it right now, because what that does is it does two different things. Puts juice into it, and whoever that operator is expecting that, guess what? Tomorrow I have enough juice also left, meaning to hit it again, because you can see in the morning what they did. At 10:22, they hit it with 16,000 shares. 10:16, 15,000, and 10:24, 16,000. That is probably the same operator right in there. One after the other, hit it, get it going. They waited to 1:30, hit it again. At 13:42, they hit 17,000. 13:02, 16,000. Lunchtime, they hit 16,000. And then, oh, look, they hit it a lot at 1 o'clock, man. Yeah. Oh, here's the one I was looking for. Okay, 9:39, they hit 16,000. Yeah, someone's operating. Someone's really hitting this thing, man. See, those numbers, this is what's cool here, folks. Those numbers, they're all really close, and that's kind of how, basically operators work. Bing, 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 hit them once. Wait 2 hours, hit them again. Wait 2 hours, hit them again. Wait 2 hours, hit them at the close. So each and every time you have a drifting of the stock, they know that they can move the stock with 2,000 shares, and they can. And that's what they've showed. So
you think they're looking to, drive it up and nail the shorts?
Oh, yeah. In this case, it's very unusual that you see equities at a 64% chart interest at lows, okay? This happens at highs, okay? But this doesn't happen when, the low was $10. The last low just 4 weeks ago was at 13, and you get a decent swing point at 1945. I mean, it wants to hit the 1945. That's the last swing. It had some juice up there. So that's going to get tested. We're right next to it right now. Well, that's not going to take much. So, yeah, I'd say I wouldn't set up something long on that, okay? Because that what do we say? September 9th or September 14th is the date that they can sell, and they will sell. Right. They will sell the heck out of that. Here, well, actually, let me see who owns it. CSLT. We push. Let's see, insiders. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. You want to be careful because they're not going to get. Fidelity is the large owner. That might be in the fund though. It's hard to tell. They bought 2.1 million in March, but that's when it went public, right? Yeah, that's when it went public. T. Rowe price is 4 million. Let me see who sold it. Oh, interesting. There's no sellers. Wow. Even the last filing, there was no sellers.
How did it get up to that large percentage of shorts then?
Oh, that's okay. This is sellers that owned it and sold it, not short sellers. You understand that? When I say, here, just stay right there for a second, because I want to explain this in case other people think that. As to the 13F buying and selling. This is Tom O'Brien, this is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments. And whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow finish up 2, NASDAQ was up 1, S&Ps were flat. We're talking with Bill from Boca Raton. We're talking about Caslight, which is CSLT. So when I pull up the 13F filings, folks, okay, and I say the buy and the sell, those filings you only have to file when you buy over 5% of the fund. At any time, you have to file immediately. Funds themselves have to file as they start accumulating per quarter. They don't, they don't have to wait. But if you have 5%, you have to file immediately. That's on the buy. What happens on the sell, if you're short an equity, you do not have to file. It's when you sell the equity and you're already in there as a buy, then you have to file. So that's exactly how that works in those 13F filings. Now, what I did, Bill, at the break, right, this is intriguing, man, okay? So I pulled up the largest positions of short interest as to percentage of float. And Blythe Industries is the largest with 73.68. Now, this is the second one with 64.97. Then you have Walter Industries, H.H. Gregg, Tri-Point Homes, ITT, Educational. But what happens is that when I start going through a bunch of these, right, the only one that actually looks that it can go higher is this equity here. The rest of them are still dogs, and they look like they're going lower. So,
well, go ahead.
I think it's just setting up a strategy to make sure that you can't get hurt, can't get killed, not hurt. There's no such thing. That's how I'd set that up. But I suspect this 1945 is going to be game, meaning that wants to be hit. You hit that with some volume, and that could be, let's see, 8 point is 10, 19, $9. That's still 21. So that area there is game. If you don't go too far above that area, I think you'll be all right. And we take a look at, let's see, earnings don't supposed to be out until August 7th. That's how it's set up. So.
Right, and believe me, this is one that you just want to, have a little bit in. But I think on the long term they've got a good business model, and that's what I'm interested in. But
well, it's
in the
surprising.
meantime, I don't want to get killed.
No, it's surprising that what I've seen, these healthcare companies. What has happened? It's always happened, but it's happening more and more. What has happened in the healthcare companies is that, listen, they're getting paid with someone else's money. You get paid with someone else's money, and the checks and there's no checks and balances. That's what it really comes down to. So those healthcare companies, they have a good business plan because most of that is coming off the government. Most of it's coming off large companies. Large companies are checking their bills more than the government is. The government, medical companies are working 24 hours a day reading folks because the medical business is all about reading what the procedure is, what the number is that you're going to send into the government to get the green check to be paid. That's all it's about.
Right.
Cooking, brother.
Tom, thank you. Always, it's a big education to listen to.
Thanks so much, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Bye.
And when we talk about the medical deal, what's amazing to me, folks, and this is the hypocrisy inside our Congress and the Senate. Never mind the health bill and health benefits and all that, which I believe we should have, period. What never gets tackled is, and they can tackle this, is the amount of cost structure that is inside the business. And that is the biggest issue. And that issue just is computers talking to computers now, spitting out checks, okay? When you actually take a look at the structure itself, the amount that is being charged for something that is minimal. My son just got a small procedure. Well, it's nothing small, okay, in the shoulder. And we're over at the hospital, and we were coming home, and I was looking at the ice pack they gave him. So picture this. So you get an ice pack, right, that you put inside a bag, because this was on a shoulder. And then, so the little bag, and I can't wait to see what they bill it at. So it's a little cotton bag, and it says McKinson on it. I suspect that little bag that would cost, $1 or $5 anywhere else is going to be billed out at who knows, 50, 40, whatever that is. That is on a continual basis. That is the deal that is killing, continues to push health dramatically higher, folks. It's all over the place. And to me, that was really a simple one, meaning simple in the context that looking at that, what you had is that, listen, you can get one of those little cotton bags anywhere. But I could really tell by how the printing was on it. It was made specifically for that. I'm sure that somehow they said, oh, we have these two strings, we have this and that. Get the gist of it. It's pretty insane. 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at the UK. UK and the DAX both closed at their highs today. The UK low was 68.35. We closed at 68.73. Last high out here was 68.94. That FTSE will go after that, I suspect, tomorrow morning. The juice is not inside it, but guess what? That high wants to get tested. The DAX in Germany, what we did in Germany out here, DAX in Germany, she got over the high out here today. She was up $20. She had launched the consolidation high, which is 97.94 quite a while ago. Well, she launched that on the 26th of May. We put this back and we look at a monthly basis. This has been just a straight move all the way up. What is intriguing inside the DAX is that the DAX had been trading just like the NASDAQ composite for quite a while. Now, the composite itself, when the IBB got hit, that got hit in a big way. The composite is just coming back up to its highs. If we go and take a look at the biotech index, that's what started the composite on the way down. That is just a 50% move retracement of the downdraft. The IBB's at 249. The high was 275. It went straight down from 275 to 207. Right now, we're right into the downdraft. 1.3 million shares we did out here today. That's going into 5 million shares as well as 6.5 million. We take a look at a few of those biotechs. Oh, this is interesting. So Gilead, there's always something that gives you information, folks. Gilead's one of them, and this is what it is. Gilead did the same type of retracement, meaning had a retracement from $84 in February, goes down to 63, 20 bucks, right? 25%. Makes it all the way back up to 83.70, and then guess what? Comes off the high with volume yesterday. Yeah, this is a big indication. Now, this is a classic. We put this, that's on a daily. We put this on a weekly. Yeah. Put this on a weekly. Watch what you have. First high was generated with 54 million. Test it with 52. Came down with 140. Test it with 54. Test it with 42. Oh, baby. So Gilead is saying we're at 79. That's saying, hey, we can get to 63. That's the low. But the high of the low, which I talk about quite a bit, is 73, 73. So it's going to run down to that area. We'll see if, in fact, it has enough force to break that area to get down to the lowest swing point. But that is a big heads up inside the IBB. The reason being is that as I just went through that, you can see the correlation of how you tested. And that is one of the largest weighting structures inside the IBB. It's 8.07. CELG. We'll go to Celgene. Celgene is the largest weighting. That was up 91 cents today. And she's doing the same thing. Now, Celgene is a little... She hasn't come down yet. She had a high of 174, gets down, ooh, man, what a hit that was. 174 to 134. She's at 162. She's going to try to test the 165.25 area. And that is the largest weighting inside the IBB. We take a look at the third one. Amgen is 7.9. Biogen is 7.9. Alexa is 7. So we go to Amgen next, AMGN. Yeah, Amgen doesn't have any juice. Amgen was up 70 today, but she's down off 128. The biotechs inside the composite, what you're really going to want to keep an eye on, just as you want to keep an eye on the small caps. Because what we did have intraday out here, IWM, is that intraday, the small caps basically were coming down, had some juice behind the move on the way down, finished flat. Was down 23, but that's really flat. But we do have a 116.67, and even intraday, that 116.16 area has some juice below it. 877-927-6648. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. We had the Dow finish up 2, NASDAQ up 1.5, S&Ps were flat. We're going to be right back.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow finished up 2, NASDAQ up 1, S&Ps were flat. Let's go over to that platinum market. Platinum, folks, has been on fire. And what that's all about is that the mines are still on strike, and let's see, index, no, yeah, I'll take that. PLAT, platinum, commodity. So what we had out here today, spot went from a price point of $14.49 up to $14.81. The consolidation that we've been trading in here, let's go take a look at this for a second. Pull this back. So the consolidation that we've been trading in, and this is for a long time, well, it's over a year, is 1525. That's your number when we take a look at this. Now, if we go look at the ETF structure for this, which is the PPLT, this is the ETF's Platinum Trust. That's at 144.14. We are coming up to the top of this expansion now. What we're going to need is this. You're going to need a lot more volume. We're at 144.14 right now. 145.01. We did 39,000 shares out here today. She's going to need. She doesn't need the. She's going to need 60, 70,000 shares. If I put this on a weekly. Wait, let me put this on a monthly, actually, because on a monthly, oh, that's going to be interesting. So on a monthly, each and every time that you start getting into this 148 area, there's going to be some intense selling. You make it, so that's the bear case. The bull case would be if you make it into the 148 area, which we'll test it, you make it into that area, and you get some price spread behind it, you could get some action going here. Because the swing point here is 170. The largest swing is 170, which is 1,700 to platinum. Which in the correlation of how gold trades to platinum, and you've heard our man Andy Heck talk about this many times. Right now, platinum, folks, is still undervalued in the correlation of how gold is trading. What ends up happening, the reason that platinum is so tough to mine is that it will not, well, it releases out of the rock. So picture, all is mining is, not all it is, but the larger portion of mining, why mines fail, is you have gold, silver, whatever metal is in it. It's in ore, so ore is just rock. And then it's the releasing of the ore from the rock as to what's left, as to how profitable or non-profitable that mine happens to be. And what happens with platinum is that that's one of the toughest ores to open up in order to release it. What you have also is that in South Africa, there's a huge amount of political tension right now to get more pay for those platinum mines. I believe Impala has been closed for quite a while. Impala is one of the largest platinum mines that are out there. Now, the other player inside the platinum business is Russia. So we'll see where that shakes out. But Russia is definitely a player there. And if you're buying the correlation, if you're going to buy gold versus platinum and you're holding it for a while, what you will see in the coins is this. The platinum coins are almost never in circulation. Those premiums in a platinum coin could be $100, $125. That, in correlation of the gold market, it's still a good buy. What you don't want to happen in either one of those markets is selling into the market when the market's going down. Something to remember inside the metals market is this. You do have liquidity, but if you're buying a metal for the liquidity, then all you have to do is buy the metal, not the premium. So the coin is the premium. If you want to just buy the metal, guess what? That chunk of metal is going to be worth the exact same amount, because the prices that we feed out here every day, that's the spot price. The coin has more value because of the premium and costs more, But that cost gets killed on the way down. On the way back up, if it goes up too fast, it gets killed. When it's a steady deal on the way up, that's when you can get your premium back. That's really important to understand inside the coin buying mechanism, folks, because I can often tell on the way down just how close we are getting to a bottom. I'll use the technicals, I'll use some fundamentals, but what ends up happening is that getting the gauge as to what the premium is important, because what ends up happening on the way down, when we're getting close to a bottom, you actually can't buy the physical, period. Even well, you can buy it with a premium, but someone will only sell you 10 versus 50 versus 100. You know, you can buy up, but guess what? You're going to pay up when you buy up. So it's really intriguing how that market runs. One of the other bullish things about gold right now is this, is that all the fundamental numbers are down across the board. When I say fundamental numbers, I'm talking about the buying in India, the buying in China, the amount that has been sold by the ETF structure. And when I look at that, I was looking at that this morning because we put the gold report out. I say this is intriguing because gold hasn't got hit that hard for the aspect that those numbers are actually down dramatically versus how they've reacted in the past. So what that means is that there are other buyers incrementally coming in, not buying huge amounts, but they're buying certain amounts in order to keep that price up at the 1250, 1260 area. The last time when most of these gold companies come out with their numbers, 1160 seems to be the number that it takes to get gold out of the ground into our hands. And you can imagine, you know, a ton of gold, a good mine company, folks, a ton of gold is going to get, you know, all of a 16th and 1/8 of an ounce out of a ton of gold. So you're talking, what, 10, 16 tons of dirt to get 1 ounce of gold out in the middle of nowhere. First they get that, then they get it out in the middle of nowhere, then they got to get it to a smelter, then they got to get it refined, then they got to get it to us. So you can see in that aspect, it has a flaw. The flaw is important to understand. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Look forward to speaking right here tomorrow night. Go get them, folks.